Okay, so let's get started with this passage as you like it. So, my rule today is both practice reading and pronunciation at the same time. So, my strategy is to read in silent first, and after that, do I read out loud? Because I found like whenever I read out loud, it is really distracted, and I often forget details, so I really want to improve all my skills. So, let's get started. So, for the following minutes, you will just hear silence, but after that, you will hear me reading out loud. So, you can just speed up to that particular time if you want to hear my accent or hear me reading out loud this passage, or if you want to read with me, just stay tuned, okay? Let's get started. As you like it. Frivolous. Okay, so let's get started with reading out loud. As You Like It. As with all of Shakespeare's comedies, As You Like It is lightened even when approaching serious themes, and this play concerns the heaviest of themes love, family, and the meaning of life. It approaches the themes both with stubborn, philosophical ways as well as a more frivolous, comedic way. No doubt, it is Shakespeare's ability to bring up important and serious issues, even in a play so devoted to such seemingly pitiful plot, points that make As You Like It a classic of the theater. Okay, so I've just encountered a bunch of new words in this only paragraph, so I need to take it down because that's my task in order to approach this. Okay, let me find my notebook. Here, there we go. So the first word, I think it's kind of like a new word for me, but I feel like it's familiar. Is this one? Lightened. Lightened means, oh wait, is an adjective? Okay. Amusing and entertaining. Cheerful and carefree. Okay, so it means amusing and entertaining. Lie 13. Let me check the pronunciation too. Lie 13.
Lighthearted.
Lighthearted. Lighthearted. Lighthearted is an adjective, and that means interesting, amusing, serious or not happy. Oh wait, happy but not serious. Okay, next one. And this play concerns the habits of themes, love, family, and the meaning of life. It approaches the themes both in somber, what it is. Look up. Somber means dark or dull in color or tone, gloomy. Wait. Check the Cambridge University because I think it's much more reliable. and give a much detailed explanation. So somber actually.
Somber.
Somber. Wait, what is it like sound?
Somber.
Somber. So it means serious, sad, without humor or entertainment. Okay, let me write down. Somber. It means serious, sad, without humor. Somber occasion, a somber atmosphere. So just write down example here. A somber mood, voice, etc. Next one. Philosophical as well as more frivolous. Another new one. Frivolous. Frivolous. Behaving in a silly way and not taking anything seriously. A frivolous. Let me see some synonyms of it. Frivolous, not having any purpose, serious purpose, or value. I worry constantly about whether they thought it was frivolous or silly. So some new synonyms of it is giddy, silly, foolish, facetious, zany, light-hearted. Oh, which is the word? I've just looked it up. Merry, superficial, shallow, lacking seriousness, non-serious, light-minded, whimsical, skittish, flighty, irresponsible, thoughtless. Yeah. So that means like being silly and not being serious. So frivolous. Some new word of it is what silly, foolish. Being foolish, not serious. Let me see some example. I'm sorry to be so frivolous. Sorry to be so frivolous. Okay, next one. It is Shakespeare's ability to bring up important serious issues even in a place so devoted to such seemingly. I've encountered this like hundreds of times, but I never actually look it up, so here's my chance. Seemingly mean appearing to be something, especially when it is not true. Troubled by its recent problems. So appearing to be something. Okay. Another one is blith. Happy and without worry. Okay, today I've learned like tons and tons of new words to describe happiness and sadness. For example, to describe happiness or the interest, you can say lighthearted. Somber and frivolous mean like sad and not serious. Oh wait. Somber means not serious actually, and frivolous mean being foolish and not taking anything seriously, and seemingly mean appearing to be something, especially when this is not true. Blithe. Oh, it's actually blithe, not blithe.
Blithe.
Because this is my first exposure to this word, so no wonder I mispronounced it. But I will also write down its pronunciation here. So it is blithe. And it means happy and without worry. So you can see like all of these words have a certain connection. For example, this word blithe have a synonym of light-hearted, which is the word I've just write down. Try to read now. Happy and without worry. She shows a blithe disregard for danger. Okay, so I kind of understand the first paragraph now. Like plot points. Okay, so let's continue reading the second paragraph. Oh, let me answer this. As used in paragraph 1, the word frivolous has the nearest antinonym in shallow, grave, grand, sincere. Okay, so as I've just looked it up, right? I've researched it on dictionary. Frivolous means being foolish and not serious. So I believe that this synonym of it, the antonym of it is being serious, right? So let me see. Grand, grave, shallow, sincere. Okay. So all of these are new words for me, except for the words sincere and shallow. But shallow means like below. But in this case, I don't think it is. Superficial, facial, oversimplified. Wait, do we have an explanation of it? Not or capable of serious thought. Okay, so we're talking about not serious, and here it is shallow mean capable of serious thought, not capable of serious thought. So let me note it down too. Shallow, not capable of serious thought. So it is actually a synonym but not antonym. Okay, so grave, everyone know what grave is in terms of a noun, but in this case I think it means an adjective. A grave, yeah, grave, matter. It means okay, here. Grave mean serious or solemn in manner of appearance, or it means somber. Okay, so grave, when it is used as an adjective, it also means serious and is an synonym of somber, which is the word I've told you earlier. So I think grave, chances are this question is grave, but let's also check the first word, grand, magnificent and imposing in appearance. It doesn't have anything to do with serious or not serious, right? So grand is not true in this case. I think grave, definitely grave, right? Which of the following best summarizes the other argument? Okay, so we have to continue reading in order to answer this question, because this question indicated the whole passage as a whole, but not only a certain paragraph, right? Okay, so let's continue reading. The play concerns the love affair between Rosalind and Orlando, two courtiers who were kicked out of the royal court due to family dramas. Rosalind takes a disguise as a young man, and as that man, advises Orlando on the proper way to love Rosalind herself. All of this occurs in the forest outside the court, setting up one of three major dualities that Shakespeare explores in the course of the play: the joys of pastoral living versus the pains of society. The other two dualities concern extreme views of love, sentimental love versus real love, and rival views of life, a view that life is pointless versus one that suggests that love makes it have a point. In typical Shakespearean fashion, the playwright does not pick a side in any of the debates, but instead argues that the middle path is best. Thus, life may be pointless, or as the famous dialogue from the play puts it, all the words are stage, and all the men and women merely players, suggesting that life has no purpose and each has a series of lines told by people unable to control their own plots or actions. But love makes it worth living, and life should have a balance between nature and society. Such a philosophical message is impossible to imagine in a television sitcom or other comedic work of the present, and it is that message and exploration that make As You Like It endure. Okay, so first, I think this passage is kind of easier to understand than the first one, because the first one has way more advanced and complicated new words I've never seen before. But having said that, I did have sometimes have some new words in mind. So first is courtiers. Okay, courtier means like a person who attends a royal court as a companion or advisor to the king or queen. Okay, so let me write down courtier. Wait, maybe the pronunciation is not exactly like that because I really doubt this word. So let me check it. Courtier.
Courtier.
Courtier. In British pronunciation, you say it with a clearer T sound, courtier. But I think in American accent, you can say it courtier.
Courtier.
See, courtier. Courtier. It sounds way more British, but if I say courtier, it sounds a little bit more American. Anyway, so let's write down. Courtier means companion of a queen. Of a queen, king, or other ruler in their official home, especially in the past. Advisor. So the synonym is advisor. Just need to understand that. Okay. According to family dramas. Duality. That's another new word. Duality. The quality of condition of being dual. Doubleness. There was a duality in feelings toward Johnny. Doubleness. Ambivalence. Dualism. Or ambiguity, right? Okay, whatever. Let me check. Duality. The stage of combining two different things. There you go. The poems reveal the duality of his nature, the joy and hope, the fear and despair. Okay, let me write down. Duality, right?
Duality.
Oh, it's not duality. It's actually the stress is full on the second component, so it's duality.
Duality.
So you see, you have to check it, or else you will mispronounce a lot of words. So duality. That means the stage. It's a noun, the stage of combining two different things. There we go. Okay, let's come back to our passage. Which part? Three major dualities that Shakespeare explored in the course of the play. The joys of pastoral. There we go. Pastoral. So pastoral means used to refer to the part of the word teachers and no. A pastoral art, writing and music represents the pleasant and traditional features of the countryside. Yes, it did, right? Like pastoral living versus the pains of society. The other two dualities, pastoral, like it means pleasant, ruler or priestly. Pastoral, like pleasant countryside, right? Okay. Sentimental. What? Sentimental. I'm sorry because today, like, my voice is a little bit weird. A sentimental person is strongly influenced by emotional feelings, especially about happy memories or past events or relationships with other people, rather than by careful thought and judgment based on facts. Okay, so like sentimental, a person who is easily influenced by feelings rather than by facts or theories, right? That's what I mean. Why be sentimental about that old code?
Sentimental.
Sentimental. Sentimental? Why be sentimental about that old coat? There's no point in keeping it just because you were wearing it when you first met me. It's a cheap rip, but it has great sentimental value for me. Okay, anyway, so that's it. Versus real love, sentimental. Easily influenced by feelings rather than facts. Okay, I can understand this passage now. Anyway, so let's continue reading it. Explore complicated themes. No, it's not complicated themes. Oh yeah, it does. It is serious themes. So maybe A, but let's continue reading. This use of dualities is not one with Shakespeare tragedy because no. Plot similar to most. No, it best known comedy because of its use dualities. It doesn't like say that this is the most best known comedy. You know, I think say after all. Okay. As used in paragraph 2, the word duality is best described. Middle path between points, unproven ideas or theories, two contrasting ideas, two types of literary work. Okay, so middle paths between points. I kind of like confused because the definition of this word when I look it up in the Cambridge Dictionary is called the stage of combining two different things. But I think it's maybe two types of literary work. I don't know. Oh, it's two contrasting ideas. Oh yes, I forgot the word. Different. It's different things. Yeah. Okay. Which of the following is not mentioned by the other as a theme explored in As You Like It? Yeah, A is correct, so it cannot be eliminated. It is eliminated, actually. A view of life as being pointless versus a view that has its meaning. Pastoral love versus life in society. Yes, life as a family versus life as an individual. This is not correct. It can be inferred from the passage that the other regards modern comedy works as not having much philosophical substance. Here. Okay, so I passed it anyway, but I really want to reach the 12th grade because I feel like it is, I just want to see how difficult the passage in 12th grade is. Anyway, so let's continue doing another one. So let's just a quick recap of the new words we learned from this passage. As You Like It, a very famous comedy Shakespeare. Anyway, so lighthearted means interesting or amusing. Somber means serious, sad, without humor. Frivolous mean being foolish, not serious. Seemingly mean appearing to be something, especially when this is not true. Blithe means happy and without worry. Shallow means not capable of serious thought. Grave means serious and somber. Courtier mean a companion of queen, king, or advisor. Duality, the stage of combining two different things, two contrasting things actually. Pastoral means pleasant countryside. Sentimental mean easily influenced by feelings rather than facts. Okay, so let's continue reading this. Growing controversy. This is not that lengthy actually, so I think for this case I will read as slow as possible so that I can both comprehend the meaning of the paragraph and also practice my pronunciation. Growing See, a growing amount of controversy is being reported surrounding the legalization of marijuana, a psychoactive drug. What is more, a number of movements advocating the legalization of the drug in the United States are gaining momentum. Wait, people are supporting for a kind of drug? That is weird. Several states, California leading the way, have ever gone so far as to discriminalize its use for medical purposes. Okay, so discriminalized, as a new word, is stop treating as illegal or as a criminal offense. Due to the growing number of people who believe that marijuana is relatively harmless, the decrease in crime that will result from its legalization, and the increase in tax revenues that will result from its legalization, it is clear that marijuana should be legalized immediately. Legalized, oh my god, guys, make something that was previously illegal permissible by law, make legal. What do we mean by make legal? Okay. To begin, marijuana should be legalized because a growing number of people think it is relatively harmless. The result of a recent poll showed that 42%, just under half of the population of the United States, believe this to be the case, and this number is on the rise. It is predicted that in 2 years, 1 out of every 2 Americans will agree that marijuana is relatively harmless. Given the sheer number of people who think this is true, it is obvious that the times had come for marijuana to be legalized. After all, how could so many people be wrong? If enough people believe something, it has got to be true. In addition, marijuana should be legalized because of the decrease in crime that will result. Illegal drugs have inflated prices because their production, transportation, and sale carry heavy risks. When people develop drug habits or addictions, they need more and more drugs to feel satisfied. Unless the person is wealthy, he or she must often resort to robbery and other crimes to generate enough money to buy the drugs. Legalization would reduce the risk and thus reduce the prices. This in turn will reduce the secondary crimes needed to raise money to buy drugs. Thirdly, marijuana should be legalized because of the increase in tax revenues that would result. An enormous amount of money is raised through what are commonly referred to as sin taxes. The government tax levied on certain deleterious substances such as alcohol, cigarettes, and even candy. The legalization of marijuana would create another item that could be taxed in this category. Given the growing number of people in favor of the legalization of marijuana, the decrease in crime that will result from its legalization, and the increase in tax revenues that will result from its legalization, it is clear that marijuana should be legalized immediately. Okay, so this text basically talking about a psychoactive drug called marijuana, and the other gives reasons and logics why marijuana should be legalized because of the number of people who advocate that this is relatively small, relatively harmless, and because of the increase in tax revenues and the decrease in crime as well. So yeah. However, I do encounter some new words and I need to write down anyway. So for the first paragraph, the first word, I think it sounds really extremely familiar, and I've definitely heard it before. It's something to do with legal, but yeah, I check it anyway. So legalization. Maybe I mispronounce it. Who knows? There's always a possibility, right?
Legalization.
Legalization. Okay, I didn't mispronounce it. So legalization. Legalization. Oh wait. It means the outlawing something by law. Undocumented immigrants already in the country. Okay, so I kind of understand the meaning right now. It means like the act of advocating or legalizing something. Legalize means allow something legally. Okay. The sheer. The sheer. Nothing other than unmitigated utter. Okay. Deleterious. Causing harm and damage. Deleterious.
Deleterious.
Deleterious. These drugs have a proven deleterious effect on the nervous system. It also means damaging, harmful, detrimental, injurious. Okay. Candy too? Okay. A thesis sentence. Because it summarizes all the points that the other is gonna prove to you throughout the passage, right? Why is it predicted that is 2 layers? No. Opponent what? Oh my god, guys, I'm kind of like getting confused between C and D, and it's definitely true that C or D will be correct. However, it both makes sense. Just read it. Back in the question, present in an argument in which the arguer asks his or her opponent. Wait, I think D, because there's no question, right? Yeah. Okay, that's correct. Which of the following is the best restatement of the argument made by the other in paragraph 3? Restatement what? I think secondary does not mean like secondary school at all. It will mean something more. Poor people do drugs. Are you kidding me? No, of course not. All kinds of people do drug. Whatever. Using information in para 4 as a guide, it can be inferred that which of the following consumer goods could be eligible to receive a C in TAS. Candy and cigarettes, 2 and 3. Based on its use in para 4, it can be inferred that the word deleterious belongs to which of the following word groups? Injurious. Which of the following pieces of information, if true and added to the passage, would weaken the other's argument made in para 4? A is definitely strengthen his or her argument but not weaken it. Expenditures. Substantial what? Okay. Substantial actually. And real or immoral. Of course DNA is correct, right? So it means left is B and C. Abusive programs would exceed TAS revenues resulting from the legalization. I think C. Chances are it's C. Also, TAS revenues would be substantial. It is found on the TAS expenditure. Yeah. Oh, it's B? Oh my god. Okay, let's view the explanation. In para 4, the other argues that marijuana should be legalized because if it were legal, it could be taxed, and that would lead to increased tax revenues. If legalizing marijuana also resulted in tax expenditures on marijuana abuse programs, and those expenditures exceed the amount of the increases, the government would be effectively spending more money once marijuana was legalized than it had spent. Okay, so it's kind of confused. Okay, it's really confused actually. Most fitting subtitle for this passage. Immediate legalization. I think it's D, definitely D. Okay, I did pass the test. So here's my progress. As you can see, all of these texts are from 11th grade curriculum standards. Another new column to craft and structure. So okay, so I normally make mistakes in the column key ideas and details. The overall of this section is okay for you. It's good for you. And here my grid level progressions. 1/390 quiz history. So bye. Mm, 1290. So I'll just read next one tomorrow. So bye.